Hello everyone, my name is Kelly and this is Maxwell, and we are about to do restorative yoga. So I'm gonna set up. While I'm setting up, you can get your stuff together also. Clip this on, and so I'm gonna go get my props. There. First things, the bolster or a cushion of some kind, and then blocks. I'm not sure if we're going to use blocks. We may, but have them available. And then, so your bolster, you can place it at the front of your mat, and a strap or a belt. And what else? Blanket. So probably the most important piece is the blanket. If you had to pick any one prop that is most needed, it's the blanket, because you can use the blanket to support just like the bolster or similarly. So let me get my blanket. Today I'll use a different color. So put some music on, and we'll begin in a few minutes. Make sure you're in clothing that's comfortable. All right. Come to your mats if you're not there already. All right. Let's start by coming into cat-cow for just a moment. Coming to our hands and our knees. So you can position your back flat and then lower your belly down into cow pose and look forward, put the tops of your feet down. And if you notice, I don't really worry about the clothes that I wear. I just want to be comfortable when I'm doing restorative yoga. And then round your back, tuck your pelvis, and look down, look through the legs. And then look forward again. We'll move in the beginning of class much more, and then we'll hold poses for lengths of time, finishing the class. For the first 20 minutes, we'll move and in very, very nice stretchy ways, right? And then we'll finish with holding stretches. So do that one more time, lowering your belly down and then lifting up. And then for a moment, peek over on the right side of your body, look at your right ankle. Feel the left side stretch and the right side flex. And then do the other side. So look over to your ankle. And Then similarly, reach the side body, but not looking, and then lower the belly down, and then round all the way up. So you're making a circle. Down over to the side, and then out to the other side, and up and out, belly down. And you can slow this down or make it a little more of a constant circle. Now go the opposite direction. So it takes us some thought to do that, right? So press to the other side, lower down, and then lift up, and then over, and then press. Do it again. And now hold, tuck your toes, and lift your knees up. And I want you to place your blanket underneath your knees. That's what I got, my blanket. So right here, in the middle of the floor, here's your blanket. So knees on the blanket, bring your right foot forward, and shift your hips slightly forward. So just a moderate stretch on the flexor on the other side. And don't push too far, just enough to feel the front of your hip stretch. But you don't want to be hanging out here, right? You want to be at least pushing somewhat forward with the hip. And then just look forward. Reach your hands for either side of your foot and just have your belly come over the leg and the chin and the head. If that works, just for a moment. Kind of relaxing the shoulders, relying on your leg to support you. You can close your eyes. Just take a couple of more breaths in here. Exhale it out. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Now lift your torso. You can use blocks right here. And if you don't have blocks, then maybe a book. So you'll bring your blocks back and flex your foot in the front. And then flatten your back. So press your heel into the floor. One of the main focuses of today's class is on the lower back. We've been concentrating a lot lately focusing lately on hamstrings and flexors and lower back. It's all, connected. And so the health of all of those areas, all of those muscles is super important for each of them individually. Set your foot down and change sides. And step the other foot forward. You don't really need your blocks here, but you can place them beside your foot and place your hands there. And then shift your hips, put the top of your foot down back there. You can look back and just check it out. And then adjust your body to lay over the forward leg. Try to relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Let your elbows point down and breathe. Now, bring the blocks back and lift your foot in the front. Stretch your hip flexors here, but the main thing is the hamstring on the other side. Lift your heart, inhale, and then exhale. Pour your chest forward towards the leg. You can flex your foot, maybe move your blocks up higher. Inhaling. And then exhaling. So now place your blocks on the floor. Use your blocks to assist you to come to a seated position on your blanket. So seated on the blanket, extend the legs out and sit up tall. Relax your shoulders back and then reach your arms straight up. Bring your arms down. Place your right foot to the inner thigh Place the block underneath, if you have one, or a book underneath your knee. Looking forward, walk your hands down along your leg. Take a breath in. And just come to a gentle stretch. And stay here. Everyone stay here. I'm going to be right back. So with your foot at the inner thigh, start to slide your hands in and lift your back up. And now let's gently twist to the left. So hand at your leg, turn and look over your shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhaling and then exhaling. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale that out. And now look forward and change legs. So extend out your right leg, block on the other side, foot on the inner thigh, and sit up tall. Place the block underneath your knee for support. Flex this foot. Inhale, looking straight out, shoulders back. Then walk your hands forward along the leg, tipping your chest towards the thigh. Just come to a comfortable place, a comfortable stretch for the hamstring. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, and maybe you can lower just a little bit more. Relax your neck, relax the shoulders. Loosen or soften the jaw. Then soften your hips, your lower back. Then slide your hands in and lift your chest up, sitting up tall. And now we're going to turn towards the right. Put your fingertips behind your hip and look over your shoulder. Fingertips pressing. So the pressing of your hand allows you to turn just a little bit more. Breathe in and breathe out. Smooth breath with the body turned in this twisting position. The breath is constricted, so make sure it's you smooth your breath. Then look forward. Hi, Maxwell. Extend both legs out straight. And then reach up, inhale. I'm talking to Maxwell. Then exhale, reach your hands forward. And then I'm going to have you lean back and reach your fingertips towards your toes. Relax your shoulders. Then lift up again. And then reach back. Exhale. Then inhale, reach forward. So your hands are hovering above your toes. Just see how far, what's your flexibility right there in your hamstrings. And then bring it back. Good. Now right here, bring your hands down, grab your strap or belt. Place the strap around both feet, the balls of both feet, and guide your hands up the strap, but keep your arms straight right here. So arms straight, sitting up tall, take a breath in, then bend your elbows and lower towards the thighs. Feel the hamstrings stretching, and then lift up. So just shifting the body forward, bending the elbows, and you're pulling just lightly on your strap. Lift up. Do that another time, just one more time. This time hold 3 breaths. Inhale. And then exhale, maybe you can sink further into the stretch, but soften also. Soften the body, soften the shoulders, relaxing, and the hips. Take another breath in. Exhale that out. Inhale, lift your heart or lift your chest, lift your shoulders back. Place the strap around your right foot. Grab the strap with first place your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Again, so similar to what we did before. And then your left knee is relaxed on the block. And you can turn the block or a book up higher if you need to do that, right? Or slide it in underneath the thigh a little bit closer to the hip. Okay, so now reach your right hand down the strap, straight arm, draw the shoulder back, straight strap, straight arm, reach your left arm forward, and now you're going to rotate the right arm out to the side, and your focus is on the arm as you reach behind. So feeling that stretch or twist in the spine, and then reaching forward. So stimulating the tissue with that twist, stimulating the tissue in the sides of the body, the thoracic area of the body, and then also the spine. Maybe you go a little bit further. Gauge where your fingers go to based on what's behind you, and just see if you can go there again. So when you're reaching out, watch your hand going all the way back. And you're slightly pulling against the strap to add a bit of resistance. Okay, so now we're going to change or turn the opposite way. Change your grip to the other hand. Put your fingertips behind your hip. And then again, lengthen, lift the head. And you're pulling just slightly on the strap. Sitting up tall. And then look forward. Now we're going to extend out your left foot. Just notice how that felt for your spine and that rotation. Keeping mobility in the spine. We're as young as our spine is healthy, right? Put your right foot on the inside of your left thigh, and you're holding with your left hand. And now we're going to rotate towards the bent knee side. Reach the right arm. And you're pulling the toes in towards your shin on the other foot. And now reach out. And then turn your head, turn your shoulder back. How's the rotation in that side? Is it different? And then rotate and watch your hand as you move the arm forward and then to the side. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. By the way, your left heel should be on the floor. Don't let the left heel lift up. Do that one more time. Inhale, reaching back behind you. Or exhale, wherever your breath is. Just breathe. And then bring that arm in. And then we're going to change your grip to the other side, to the other hand. And then place the fingertips behind the hip and press into the floor, looking over your shoulder. Breathe. Great, now look forward and let's release the strap. We'll use that later before we finish class for the day, for the hour. Move your blocks. Now coming into child's pose, supported child's pose, grab your cushion Bring the cushion in. You're going to separate your knees. If that's painful to sit on your heels like that, place a blanket underneath like that, behind the thighs. And then that just lessens the angle, how deep the angle at the knee is whenever you can also double this up to make it thicker, right? So then you're gonna walk your hands forward and then put your belly down on the cushion and turn your head one direction. So 5 breaths with your head one direction, and then we'll pick the head up and turn it the opposite way. Now, if you need the bolster or the cushion to be higher, you can place your blanket on top also. Make sure the cushion is between your knees. So you've lowered your chest down onto the cushion, and put your arms, your hands on the floor flat. Turn your head and rest. Let your body completely relax on the cushion or the support. Relax the forearms and the hands. Your eyes, close them. Soften the jaw. Shoulders, hips. Three more breaths right here. Lift your head and turn your head the opposite direction. So set your cheek on the cushion, the support. Relax the shoulders again. Just scanning the body for any places that are holding tension or stress. Intentionally let that go. Three more breaths. A deep inhale. Fully exhaling. Deeply inhaling. And fully exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Push into your forearms and lift your head up. And now we're going to transition on our back. So however you want to lay on your mat, you're going to bring the bolster, place the bolster where your legs are, and your blanket, place your blanket where your shoulders and head are. So your shoulder blades will come on the blanket. Bring your legs over the cushion. And then come down to your forearms and then lower down all the way. And then you'll have to figure out your position. Maybe you slide the blanket in some so that your blades are on the blanket and then your head is on the blanket. And then the legs, the main part is the legs, so that we're opening up the lower back and the inner thighs. Bring your knees out and have your feet touching. So feet together on the mat. Your feet touch the mat. Your knees are bent out to the sides. You're opening up the hips and relieving the lumbar spine. And then you're going to bring your arms out to the side and turn your palms up if that's okay. Some people prefer to have their palms down. It just feels more comfortable and more secure. I like to turn my palms up, just feeling open, or in that kind of receiving type gesture. Relax your shoulders and your hips. Let gravity balance you, stabilize the body. Gravity pulling you in, or the weight of your body on the floor, making adjustments. With a relaxation and then also with your breath. So intentionally, mindfully, allowing your body to absorb the stillness. Scan your body from the top of your head down to the shoulders, to the torso, to the hips, down the legs and the feet, scanning for any places that need adjustment. Do you need to shift? Do you need to move? Or is everything fine? No need to move, no need to shift. Sometimes we don't even know we're holding stress in places. And so you have to kind of move around to see that there's something going on. So your thoughts are going to come and go as you're here with your eyes closed in this somewhat meditative state. But allow them. Don't resist. This isn't about emptying the mind. It's about not attaching to your thoughts. No need to reflect or plan. Reflecting on the past or planning the future. Just be in the moment, in the present time. And that's easier to do when you're breathing in deeply and you're visualizing your breath and thinking about your body and the placement on the props. The props are there to help your body to nurture in a position or in the pose to support. Place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in and feel the rise of your belly as you breathe in. And then all the way up to your heart, to your left hand, under the left hand over your heart. Feel the rise, and then exhale that out. Let's breathe like that 3 more times. Inhale through your nose, feel the rise under your hand, the lower, and then lifting with the breath, the left hand, and all the way up to the collarbones, and then exhale that out. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale through your nose, filling the lungs with air, with breath, with life. Exhale that out. Now open your eyes and flex your feet, place your feet flat on the floor, and then prop your feet up on the bolster, just for a moment. So feel the weight now in the lower back. Draw your lower back into the floor. knees pointing up. Bring your arms to the sides and drop the knees with your feet on the bolster to the left, and then drop your knees over to the right. Your feet should be spaced apart. Do that one more time to the right, and then push the bolster away or the cushion so that you can roll over and then sit up. We're going to use the blanket and the bolster. So place the blanket off or move it off of the mat and place your bolster in this orientation. So, and you can bring your legs out straight. Move that out of the way. We'll use this in a moment. Okay, so now, so the bolster is right up to your hip. I want you to sweep your feet out and have the top leg forward of the lower leg. Okay, and then you're just gonna lower down and then set the blanket between your head and your arm. Stretching the side body, the hip, down the leg. Just have your arm resting on the side, or you can place your hand in the front. So now we're going to take this, we're going to add a twist. You can stay here, come back to this position if twisting your spine is aggravating anything. It should be nurturing and should be comfortable when we're twisting, because we're just taking it to a place of being comfortable, right? And so you can move your blanket off of the bolster for now. We might use it again. So turn your body, bring your hip up to the bolster, keep your legs the way they are, turn and square your shoulders to the bolster by pressing your left hand into the floor. Then walk your hands out along the cushion and then point your elbows down and let your head come down to the cushion. So resting your head on the floor, on the cushion, sorry. Wrong object. Resting the head, position so that you're comfortable. So think about where the twisting is happening. So if you've got your left hip up against the bolster, and then you've turned your shoulders facing the bolster, that spiraling effect is happening right in the middle of the back. So from your tailbone, just a small amount of spiraling happening in the spine, all the way up to the base of the head. And then with the turn of the chin, you're getting that stretch in the cervical spine up in the neck. You can also lift your head and turn your head the opposite direction, getting a deeper stretch in the neck, but relax. Resist placing your body in a position that makes you feel stress. This is meant to be restorative, not to stress your body, and it's to calm your mind and calm your central nervous system from the work of the week, from the stress of the week.
3 more deep breaths of air in. Inhale through your nose. And then a full exhale it out. Exhale out. Notice it's a little strained, a little difficult to breathe in and out when your body is in a twisting position, even if it's a modest twist. A little constriction in the airway, the path, the airflow to the lungs. Now let's start to lift very slowly, lifting up, and we're going to transition to the other side. So move the bolster. I'm going to move my bolster over to the other side so that I'm still facing that direction, this direction. Bring the bolster up to your hip, and then place the blanket right there, or actually first position your legs so that top leg is forward of the lower leg, and then we're just going to lie on our side. So you reach your arm down and then adjust your hip, place your head, place the blanket and then your head on the blanket, so the blanket's between your head and your arm. And then make any adjustment that you need. We're just here for a short time, and then we'll add the twist. But make sure your hip, the side of the hip, is comfortable. So that may mean that you lengthen away from the bolster just somewhat. And then close your eyes when you're comfortable. Start to press your hand into the floor and lift. Move the blanket over. And before you lower your torso down and twist, place your hands on either side of the bolster and walk your hands along. Put your forearms on the mat first. Inhale. Center up your shoulders. So if I've got my forearms equally on the floor, I know my shoulders are even, are square to the floor. And then I'm just going to lower down my chest and turn my head the direction of my knees. So turn the head the direction of the knees first, and later if you feel like you want to pick your head up and turn the head the other way, you can add that. Close your eyes. Make any adjustments to your legs or your hips. So scan the body again for any places that there may be stress or tension. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax the neck, the hips, the belly, the legs, the ankles, the feet. Let gravity pull you in. Helping make adjustments. So your next 3 breaths of air, control. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Inhale. And then exhale. Another deep breath in. And then exhale. Push into the floor. Lift your head. Move the bolster to the side. And we're going to transition to the floor and use the strap. Place the blanket underneath where your head will go.
Have your bolster nearby. We will use that again. But right now, just have your strap lower down, your head to the feel some cushion with the blanket. If you need to, you can fold this up more so that your head is higher if you need that. Some people do, because some people, your head will be up higher from the floor when you lay your shoulders down on the mat. So pick your hips up and set your hips down. Then place the strap around your right foot. Reach up as high as you can on the strap. And then let the weight of your arms, slightly bend the elbows, the weight of the arms pull your leg in towards you. There's your hamstring stretch. So learning more about the hamstrings, they're directly related to the comfort of your spine, of your lower back. So to lengthen your hamstrings, because you don't want to have tight hamstrings, to lengthen the hamstrings, actually a little more moderate stretch is better and holding for a longer period of time than to intensely stretch for a shorter period of time. So the variable that's most important is the length of time being longer rather than intensity. Those are two of the things that you can make adjustments or change. And the most important is the length of time. So weight of the arms, pulling the leg in. You can even up the strap, and then maybe close your eyes right here. And if you feel comfortable to, extend the left leg out straight. When you do that, you'll start to get a stretch more in your hip flexor in that left side, and you'll feel the hamstring stretch a little deeper. So if you need to go back to place your foot on the floor to make that easier, do that. Otherwise, stay here, your calf to the floor, your heel on the floor, the opposite leg straight up, and you, again, close your eyes and soften your jaw. Relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders kind of melt into the floor. Arms are straight or slightly bent to the elbows. And your lower back is on the mat. If there's an arching happening in your lower back, try to press the lower back down. You'll notice the difference between your hamstring. So eventually your hamstring will release. At first there's tension when you go into the stretch, but then if you hold for long enough, the hamstring will decide, or in any type of stretch, the muscle will naturally release. You actually can kind of feel that when the release happens. It's just a subtle feeling, nothing dramatic. Now we're going to take the leg to the sides for 5 breaths on each side. So reach for the strap with your right hand, and we'll start with taking the leg to the right. You can prop a block or something underneath your leg right here, or maybe the cushion. Otherwise, just let your leg drop over to the right. Reach your left arm over to the left. Four more breaths. Try to straighten your right leg as much as possible, but at a comfortable place, a comfortable stretch. That's what this is all about. Then lift your leg, and we're going to go to the other side. So the other side grab with the left hand, let your leg tip over. You can move something over to support if you need to. Otherwise, I just prop my elbow like a kickstand over on the other side, and I hold my leg out. Reach the right arm over to the right, and you turn your palm up so the shoulder is externally rotated. So this stretch is stretching in your lower back. This is one of the best stretches you can do for your QL muscle. Right there. That can get super aggravated because it connects to the top of the hip and into the spine. So very easy to have tension or and pain. So just keeping that stretched, stimulating the tissues between the joint, the muscles, tendons and ligaments. Just stimulating them by moving and holding in positions that you might not just in your regular movement, regular daily movement, which is why we're here. Lift your leg, and then we're going to simply change sides. So stretch your left leg up, place the ball of your foot in the strap, place your right foot on the floor, and then reach up as high as you can and bend the elbows slightly and let the weight of your arms pull your leg towards your torso. So you're kind of pressing into the strap with the ball of the foot just lightly. Feel your hamstring right there. And then extend your left leg out along the mat all the way. Flex your foot. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Another breath in. Now reach for the strap with your left hand. Let your left leg go out to the left, over to the side. And then reach your right arm over to the right. You'll start to feel your hamstring stretching as you extend the leg out, but it also stretches in the inner thigh muscle. Extend the right arm out to the right, look over to the right, and hold this for 5 breaths. Breathe in deeply. Exhale that out. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Breathe in. Start to lift your leg. Change your grip to the other hand. Lower your leg over to the right. Look over to the left. Relax the body, relax the hip, the shoulder. Reach your hand over and turn your head that direction, the left towards the left, so that you get that nice stretch in the neck, holding the pose, breathing in and out, softening as you exhale, and lengthening. As you inhale, lift your leg straight up, bend your knee, and then remove the strap. Bring your knees into your chest. Grab your legs with your arms. Close your eyes and give yourselves a hug around your legs. You can stay static here, or you can rock from side to side. And then you can transition this if you'd like to happy baby. with your hands around the edges of your feet. Don't intensely pull on the feet, but just hold the feet and keep your knees to your shoulders, outside of the shoulders, and rock from side to side. And then hold. Release your feet. Extend the right leg out to the right corner and then the left heel to the left corner. If you want to, place the bolster underneath your knees or just stay where you are for 5 minutes of meditation. Relaxing your mind away from thoughts or relaxing your mind from attaching to thoughts. Being in the moment. I like to do that by thinking about the space between my brow and breathing into that space. Keeping your attention on your body. Relax your jaw. Relax the hips, the shoulders, your feet, your hands. Your next 5 breaths of air, deeply inhale and fully exhale. Deeply inhale and fully exhale. Take another deep breath of air in and fully exhale. Take a deep breath in. Fully exhale out. And then one more deep breath in. And then exhale. Now slide your feet onto the floor and tip your knees over so you're turning and facing my direction. Put your arm underneath your head and rest for a moment in a fetal position. Bend your knees. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Take another deep breath of air in. And then as you exhale, place your hand on the floor and lift up. Come to sit. Sit well. Cross your legs. Place the hands on the thighs. 3 energizing breaths together to close class. Letting go. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouths and fully exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale that out. Again, breathe in very deeply. Full breath of air and hold the breath at the top. Maybe another sip of air. Filling the lungs. Then open your mouths and fully exhale. Bring your palms together. Closing the fingers. Bring the edge of the thumbs to the third eye, the mind's eye. And then bowing your chins in gratitude and thanks for are being able to still practice and to restore the body mindfully. I bow my practice to you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for participating, and I appreciate every time you guys show up. So show up again. I'll keep doing this, and even when we start to go back to normal, I'll have these videos available, and I'll continue putting new content out. So thank you again. Have a wonderful Friday afternoon and a wonderful weekend. If it's not Friday afternoon for you, thank you for doing the video on replay. Please leave comments if you do, and I appreciate those comments because then I know they were used, the video was used, even if you're on YouTube. Thank you. Bye.